What's up, YouTube? This is story time, and we're going to talk about today the time that I met someone, and let's try to figure out who we're going to do. I met so many people. Let me think of somebody we can do. Let's talk about the time that I met Johnny Unitas. Johnny Unitas was by far one of the coolest and nicest guys that I ever met. First time I ever met him was at a golf tournament. Can't remember what it was. It was in Florida. It was the Era Parseesian tournament, I remember, and I met Era too. Johnny Unitas, like I said, he was always my hero. I always loved Johnny, and when I met him, it was just like meeting someone, your biggest hero that you ever had, and he was just so nice, just super nice. He signed a ton of mini helmets for us. We must have got, I don't know, 15 autographs that day. He was just super nice. Took pictures with us, did all that kind of stuff. And then the next time I met him was at a golf tournament in North Carolina, and it was the Bing Crosby golf tournament, and he was still cool. We met. I got Johnny Unitas to sign some stuff for me in the hotel, and we were staying at the hotel, the same hotel as the athletes and stuff. And this tournament had just who's who, and like anybody you can think of. Like Dr. J was there, Joe Montana. And I can't remember, just so many people. Bob Cousy was there, Scott Hamilton was there, George Carl. I mean, there was baseball, football, basketball, celebrities. Fred the Hammer Williamson was there, Richard Roundtree, Richard Kind, Stephen Root from Office Space was in there. I mean, it was just a who's who. It was a freaking awesome tournament. But so we paid like, I think it was like $250 a room, so we could try to get autographs in the hotel. Because normally if you don't have a room key, they'll kick you out of the hotel if you're chasing autographs. So we're in there. I got a few people's autographs. And then all of a sudden, we try to get... We got Unitas. He signed for me. And then all of a sudden, I went and asked Joe Montana if he would sign. And he said no. And he was mad. He started... He didn't really scream at us, but, he was kind of scolding us a little bit. And then I saw him head to the office or the head desk or whatever, and I think he went and complained because like 2 minutes later we got kicked out of the hotel, and they were trying to kick us out of the hotel and not give us a refund for our room. We paid, like he said, a lot of money for the room, and we're like, yeah, go ahead and kick us out, but you're going to refund that room. And they're like, no, we're not going to refund your room. And we're like, well, do you know what a chargeback is? We'll just call our our company and we'll just charge back the room. So you might want to just go ahead and give us our refund and make it a lot smoother, because we're going to just charge it back. And he ended up giving us some money for the room. But so we didn't have any way of getting autographs because we weren't allowed in the hotel anymore. So then we found out across the street they were having some kind of banquet dinner or pairings party or something. It was in a big municipal building, like a big place that they would have concerts and stuff like that, a big auditorium. We decided, well, let's go over there and we'll try to get autographs there as they're walking in and they're walking out and stuff. So me and my buddy, we go over there and we start scoping it out to see what the best way to get autographs, how the front door was and stuff. And we started talking to some of the guys that were setting up, some of the tables and some of the lights and stuff, because there was also like a DJ and stuff there. And I said, hey, if we have any trouble tonight, we're just going to tell everybody we're with you, all right? And they're like, yeah, cool, man. Do whatever you need to do. We're good with that. So we're getting a bunch of autographs as they're coming in. And then all of a sudden, we see 4 police cars just stop. And they drive up over every corner. Like one pulls on this corner, one pulls on that corner, one pulls on the corner over here and the corner over there. There's a police car in every corner. And 2 cops come out of every police car. So there's like 8 cops, all like, there's like 4 and 4 coming up to us to hassle us and ask us, they were saying, hey, what are you guys doing here? And we're like, oh, we're here with, can't remember, we knew the guy's name because we were talking to him. I can't remember what his name was, but hey, we're with Jimmy over here, we're helping him with the such and such. And the guy's like, no, you're not. Because you guys are over hassling the athletes, aren't you? We've had complaints about you from the hotel, and you guys can't stay here and get autographs. And I was like, well, I don't know why. It's a free country. I was like, I can, the sidewalk isn't a, nobody owns the sidewalk. I can stand on the sidewalk anywhere I want and ask for an autograph. I was like, I don't think you can kick me off the sidewalk. So, six of the cops leave, and 2 cops stay behind. And they were like, well, we're going to stay here until we get confirmation from the owner of the pavilion. As soon as we get confirmation from the owner of the pavilion, we're going to arrest you. And we're going to take you away for trespassing. And I was like, okay, whenever you get that confirmation, you let me know. And you can arrest me. Until then, I'm going to keep getting autographs, and you can sit here and watch me all night if you want to. So that's what ended up happening. Like I said, we stood there. Those 2 cops stood right beside us, like the whole night. We were there for like 6 hours. So obviously they never got a call from the pavilion owner wanting us arrested. Mrs. Crosby came out. She's the one that put on the tournament. She was, Bing's wife. And I was telling her, I was like, hey, these police officers are hassling us. We're just here trying to get some autographs. We're big fans, and we traveled all the way from Ohio, and this was in North Carolina. I think it was Asheville. I said, we traveled 8 hours to come here and meet all the celebrities and get autographs and just meet people. I said, that's what we came here for. And I thought, that's kind of what you guys wanted people to do. You wanted us to come and enjoy and stuff. And she's like, yeah. She goes, why are they hassling you? I was like, I don't know. I said, if you want to talk to them, you can. Maybe it would help. I was like, tell them that, you really want us here and stuff. And she went over and talked to the police officers, and the police officers are like, ma'am, she goes, we can't do anything about it. But if the pavilion person comes and says that they want them arrested, we're going to have to arrest them because they're not allowed to be here. And she's like, that's just crazy. So she was really like on our side and couldn't figure out why, they wanted to arrest us for standing on a sidewalk. I mean, we weren't on their property. We were on the sidewalk just asking for autographs. And then the funny thing is, after about, when everybody first came in, we ended up getting Johnny Unitas and Montana and everybody. Like, Johnny came out. And the funny thing is, when everybody came out that day or that night, no, when they were going in, I was telling them, hey guys, I got these police officers hassling me, because we're trying to get autographs and they're trying to arrest us. I was like, can you make this look good and act like you want us to be here or something? So everybody was like super nice to us, and they were like shaking hands and like hugging us and hey, I'm glad you guys are here, and just being really, really like overly pushing it because they wanted to show the police that, hey, these guys aren't doing anything wrong. They're just here trying to meet their heroes and stuff. But after they all went in, and then you had like a downtime for an hour or two, and like I said, we were going to get the people when they were coming out too, because we didn't get everybody, and some of the people we had some extra things on we wanted to get signed, because like I said, there was like 50 to 75 different like really good celebrities. So then those 2 hours, we were just kind of sitting there talking to the police officers because they're just standing there doing nothing, and after that they just kind of became like our friend. Like they didn't, they were just doing their job, just hanging out, and they wanted to know like who that was. Hey, who's coming here? Who's that? I'm like, oh man, that's Dr. J. He played for the 70s. Oh yeah, I know Dr. J. And like I said, we're like ribbing each other and hitting each other and stuff, and just having a really good time. So it was one of those things where it started out as like one of the worst incidents in your life. Like you thought it was going to be like really horrible. It's just like one of the worst cases you could ever have. Like I said, we weren't there 5 minutes and they were trying to arrest us for trespassing. I mean, I'm not sure what a trespassing arrest really does. I don't think it's like jail time. I might have had to pay a fine or something like that. But I think it's ridiculous. You can't stand on a sidewalk and ask for an autograph. Like I said, after that 2 hours, we were just hanging out, having a good time. And when everybody came out, like, hey, who's that guy? Who's that guy? Oh yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, but it was pretty cool. Like I said, it started out being the worst day, and it ended up being the best day because, like, when everybody came out, everybody was overly, friendly, and like wanted to show everybody that they wanted us there. So they signed everything we had. They took pictures with us, and you know, they talked to the cops and took pictures with the cops and stuff. And like I said, it ended up being one of the best nights of my life. Like I said, Johnny came out and took a picture with me, and he signed all our stuff. And it's one of the times that, you know, I really feared that I was going to get arrested, you know. But everything worked out really well. Then at the end, I remember I was telling Gary Chapman, I guess he was like on the country music channel or something. I think he was married to Amy Grant. I didn't really know who he was. And I was telling him about that, and I was like, you know, telling him that we were having trouble and stuff. And he was saying, it's like, oh, well, maybe we should hug. So he hugged me, and I said, yeah, we'll save the kisses for later. And he started laughing. He's like, yeah, much later. But he was a cool guy. But like I said, we had such a good time. It was crazy. But anyway, that is the couple times that I met Johnny Unitas. And Johnny Unitas, like I said, was super nice every time we met him. I do not think Johnny Unitas is the one that got me in trouble at the hotel and got me kicked out. I do believe it was Joe Montana. I'm going to keep blaming Joe Montana. And later that night, we ended up going back into the hotel, and we went into the like the bar area. So everybody was just having an after party at the bar and stuff. And what's really cool is we got to sit with Fred the Hammer Williamson, who played for the Raiders, and he was in From Dusk Till Dawn and stuff. And we got to sit with Jim Mudcat Grant and Richard Roundtree, who played Shaft. I sat at their table for like 45 minutes, and they signed some stuff for me and was talking to me. That was super fun. But that was one of my most favorite, memorable autograph nights that, you know, could have gone really wrong, but it ended up being one of the best nights I ever had. So, like I said, we kind of went off subject, talking a little bit of stuff about more than Johnny Unitas, but like I said, just want to stress that Johnny Unitas was one of the nicest human beings I ever met. He probably was my most favorite person I ever met. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you like this, please hit like. Please hit all, that way you can see all my videos. We try to do a story time like once a week or so. I've met thousands of celebrities and athletes and stuff like that, so we try to do a little different story every time. I also wrote 2 books on the subject, so if you want to go to Amazon.com, look under Larry Parmenter, and I wrote 2 autograph books. One's a wrestling book and one's a sports book. So, alright guys, have a good one. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, please hit the all button, that way you can see all my videos. Thanks guys, peace!